coyotes and construction equipment. They are all here as I start this hike on my return to Great Island on Cape Cod. I'm really happy to be here. I'm going to be thinking a lot about time and the passage of time. On the top of that bluff, just above the tree line, there used to be a mansion. That mansion's gone. They tore it down because it was about to fall into the bay off of the bluff, because the bluff is eroding from the action of the water, wind, and waves. Erosion changes over time, over many years. Timing of this hike with the tides is not ideal. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and there's a really high tide. I don't know if it's a king tide or not, which is the highest of all possible tides today, but it's going to be high nevertheless, and it's supposed to peak at about 12:30, and I will probably be making my way back to the car about 12:30. And where I am walking right now, which is the trail I will probably be taking in my return, will be underwater. So we'll see how things play out. But right now, tide is still pretty dang low. So few places on the East Coast where you can walk through salt marshes for miles and miles and miles that are wild and undeveloped. One of my favorite places on earth. I feel so fortunate to be here. It's the end of April, and I started this hike about 8 o'clock in the morning. I was the only car in the parking lot, so there's no one else here. And the parking lot is large. I can imagine, like on a nice day on a weekend during a summer or during holidays, that parking lot is filled up and quite a few people here. So I get to enjoy this almost by myself, which is really remarkable and a rare opportunity. I'm really grateful for that. And overall, this place, Cape Cod, it's just spectacular. It's amazing. Words can't describe, but driving around at some of the beaches and the parking lots are massive. I don't come here in the summer, and traffic, people, hassle, expense, too much. But I can get a sense of what this place is like just from the size of the parking lots, and it's something that I don't really care to experience in first person. Do you ever feel that life makes you grow something like this tree? I've seen weird shaped trees in the past, and I've never seen something like this before, though. I wonder what happened. Something fell on it, the tree grew around. It's a pitch pine. All these trees are pitch pines, but yeah, wow. Neat, interesting. If you hike out to Great Island, I highly recommend that you come out to these bluffs that are off trail on the south side of this, I guess, first of two islands, first of two pitch pine hills. It's amazing. Oh, there, Jeremy Point is my destination. and it's about 9:30. I've got about 3 hours till high tide. I think I can make it out there without being stranded. We shall see. So it's pretty clear to me that this spit of land that reaches out towards Jeremy Point is going to be covered up by the tides in about 2 or 3 hours. Probably have enough time to walk out there. I don't know if I'm going to or not. I don't need to make this hike into an intrepid, risk all kind of an endeavor. I'm old. I've been out to Jeremy Point before. This trip is going to be no less awesome, incredible, inspiring, grounding, whatever superlative you can think of, regardless of whether or not I actually make it out to the very end of Jeremy Point. $11:30. High tide is close. I just about made it. I'm gonna be able to make it back to the car without issue. I'm not gonna get stranded. But the water's getting high, yeah. This is the trail. High tide. 50 years ago, there was a parking lot right where I'm standing, or right below us. I remember driving down this road with my dad, my brother. We stopped here, my mom, we stopped here and we fished a little bit on a very windy day. 50 years, no trace of that remains. It's pretty wild. So this is going to be a postscript for the Great Island hike that I just concluded earlier today. I ran out of battery on my phone, so I couldn't record anymore. And just to say that it's just an incredible hike if you are out there on a day with weather like today, which is just over the top, unbelievably amazing. And on a weekday at the end of April when there's no one around, it's just like it's another world. It's being transported back decades, a century or so, back to a time when this was a much wilder place. Now, the trail around Great Island is not particularly well marked. The first part is, and great improvements have been made to the trail markings of the first mile and a half or so. But after that, it's just kind of like finding your way along footpaths that you think are the trail, but aren't necessarily the trail, but you just have to have a sense of where you're going and have a sense of the features that you need to navigate around when you walk that particular route. It's more of a route than a trail, I guess is the best way to put it. Highly recommended, but that's enough for that. I am wrapping up the day with a short hike into Hatches Harbor at low tide. And I'm starting at the Herring Cove Beach, just walking along the sand flats. And there's no one here. And it's about 65 degrees and there's no wind. In April, it's like how much better can it get? You can see the lighthouse there in the distance is the Race Point Lighthouse. Kind of can't get there from here without crossing the outlet for Hatches Harbor. It looks shallow enough to walk across if I had shorts on and the water wasn't too cold, but I'm not so sure of the depth right now. It'll be getting shallower as the tide moves out. The water's kind of cold. It's April. Doable, but probably not doable by me today, or it's probably something that I'm not going to do today. Content to just kind of take this little hike as it comes and just yep, we are on the East Coast, believe it or not, near the ocean. And there's not a soul to be seen.